Trusting yourself. Sounds simple, right? But when you grow up in a dysfunctional family where your needs, feelings, and even your very existence were dismissed, trust doesn't come easy. I know, I've been there. Growing up, I was never taught to trust myself. Instead, I was taught that I wasn't good enough, that my emotions were too much, and that the only way to survive was to silence myself. If I made a mistake, it was my fault. If I needed support, it was never there. I was left to figure things out on my own. But even then, I was told I wasn't doing it right. Let me add a sad sidebar there. My family did help me out financially at times. So, for context, I am speaking of support in the form of emotional, mental, sometimes even physical. So, maybe your story is like mine, or maybe it's a little different. Maybe you felt invisible or misunderstood by the very people who should have cared for you. Maybe they never had time to hear your voice, or they told you your emotions were a problem, like you're too sensitive. Maybe they treated your needs like they were an inconvenience while pushing their own onto you without question. But here's the thing, learning to trust yourself after growing up in a dysfunctional environment is possible. It's not easy and it won't happen overnight, but it's something I've been working toward every single day. Here's how I'm learning to trust myself again, recognizing that I am worthy. For so long, I believed I wasn't enough. If I was good enough, my family would have treated me better, right? But here's the truth, you are worthy of love, respect, and care just as you are. Your past doesn't define your worth. It's taken me a long time to internalize this, but I remind myself of it daily. My value isn't dependent on others' opinions or treatment of me. Allowing myself to feel. In a dysfunctional family, you're often taught that your feelings don't matter. You're told to get over it or don't be so sensitive. For a long time, I suppressed my emotions, but now I let myself feel whatever comes up. Anger, sadness, joy, each emotion is valid. I'm giving myself permission to feel without judgment, and it's been freeing. Setting boundaries with myself and others. Setting boundaries was the hardest thing for me to do. I was taught that my needs didn't matter, and it took me years to learn that it's okay to say no, even to family. You have the right to protect your energy and your emotional health. Start small, say no when you don't feel comfortable, express your needs clearly, and don't be afraid to enforce your boundaries. It's not selfish, it's self care. Letting go of perfectionism. I grew up in an environment where perfection was demanded. If I wasn't perfect, I wasn't good enough. But here's what I learned, perfection doesn't exist. We are all human, we all make mistakes. Instead of focusing on being perfect, I focus on growth. Mistakes aren't failure, they're lessons, and that's how I choose to look at them. Yeah, reparenting myself. For a long time, I waited for my mom to give me the care and support that I needed, but she never did. And I realized I was waiting for something that would never come. So I had to become the parent I never had. I've started nurturing myself, giving myself the love, care, and kindness that I deserve but never received. It's not easy, but I've learned to treat myself with compassion and patience, just like I would with my own children. Surrounding myself with the right people. I used to think that family was everything, but I've learned that the people who truly love and support you aren't necessarily the ones that you share blood with. I've made the choice to surround myself with people who value me, who respect my boundaries, and who encourage me to grow. It's been life changing. Being patient with myself. This journey is not easy, and there are days when it feels like I'm back at square one. But I've learned that healing isn't linear. Some days will be better than others, and that's okay. The important thing is that I keep moving forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. It's a journey, not a race. And I'm learning to trust the process. Healing from a dysfunctional family is a journey, a messy, beautiful, difficult journey, but it's worth it. And you're worth it. Learning to trust yourself, to recognize your worth, and to set boundaries is not something that happens overnight. It is a process, but it's a process that you can begin today, one step at a time. You've got this. And if no one has told you today, I'm telling you right now, you are worthy of love, peace, and everything good that life has to offer.